Hey everyone, it's Justin. Welcome to another episode of the Voices for Voices TV show and podcast. I'm your host, Justin Allen Hayes. Thank you for joining us on this and our over 300 and counting plus episodes. Thank you for the love, the support, um, the willingness to back what we are doing here, Voices for Voices, uh, against a backdrop that has drawn some, I'll say, like some negative interest, I guess. And we'll get into all this, but I wanted to again just thank you for taking time out of your day or evening, wherever you may be here in the United States or across the world. We value each and every one of you, each and every one of your time. Uh, and we wouldn't be doing this if nobody was watching or listening. And as we move through here, uh, there was the abrupt passing of Charlie Kirk. He was the founder of Turning Point USA, and he was at an event in Utah, as he has had many events. It's on a college campus, and in the middle of the event, uh, somebody decided to assassinate him in front of all those individuals. I believe there was maybe 2 or 3 thousand uh, individuals there, and yeah, our hearts and thoughts and prayers go out to Charlie's family and everyone who knew him, know of him. Yeah, it's just a devastating turn of events. And he was a voice. He was a conservative voice, but nonetheless, he would have conversation with anybody. Didn't matter what side of the political aisle they were on. He would have conversation, and from what I gather, uh, he was just trying to help people. And so he's a voice, and that's going to continue. His legacy is going to continue, and he helped people, and that legacy is going to continue to help people. And so we draw a little bit of correlation from what Charlie was doing during his time on Earth with Turning Point USA and what we're doing with our time on Earth at Voices for Voices. Uh, we're voices, we're sharing those voices, and our voices are not going to be silenced. We've addressed this on many shows, but we're going to keep addressing it because it keeps coming up. So thank you, Charlie, for all you, your family has and will continue to do in your memory, and for anybody for that matter that is sharing their voice, letting their voice be heard. Could be myself, could be guests we've had on the show and that we will continue to have on the show. Not sure exactly where the negativity and the uh just the negativity, where that all comes from. uh we're human beings, we have emotions, and of course from time to time we're going to our emotions are going to get the best of us, and we just have to be cognizant of that and be able to apologize and move on. And that's a lot of what is going on here at Voices for Voices the last couple weeks or so. So you know me, I'm very, very transparent. I share my voice, whether you agree with it or not. I still share it. I allow guests to share their voices too, whether you like it or not. Start your own show. Don't spend your time watching or listening to something that is in your mind, something that doesn't interest you. So that'd be my first recommendation. So now we get into it. Now we get into it. So some number of days ago, I was sitting in my house, as I often do, and my daughter was at one of her practices for one of the events, one of the extracurricular activities that she does. And it was maybe like 2 or 3 minutes after that practice was set to start. I heard the garage door. Oh, that's strange, because my wife is a member of the staff, and so it was really interesting. I was thinking, oh, I don't know, maybe the weather turned. I didn't know what to think. Uh, when I finally started to think, in March is in my wife, my sister, my brother-in-law, my cousin, and they proceed to have what some may call an intervention. And so I get asked all kind of questions. And I said, yeah, this is an intervention. And the responses were, oh, no, 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 this isn't an intervention. We're just here to help. Okay. Well, I hadn't asked for help. The help I asked for, I get with my mental health team and others. I have asked more than once for my wife to attend, come with me to appointments with me to learn what we talk about and add, any thoughts uh, and up until a point, there was the big goose egg. She didn't go. She didn't come. And so there's, up until a point, a lot of people I respected highly. And so questions keep coming up that I'm working with, um, working with individuals who are fake, they're scam artists, you name it, it was said. And up until that point, and even now, I know that what was being brought up at that time was false. Because since then, um, I've been able to verify a lot of things, and I was ready for answers one way or the other, but I wanted to verify if I was being scammed or not. So I hopped on a plane, a couple of planes actually, and did some investigating. So not a scam. And and so that intervention evening where these supposed people that say they care about me and love me and all that, there's been many other times where I could actually have used their help and their love and their support, and it never came. And here they are at my house, and they're confronting me. I said, no, I'll go be evaluated, whatever you want to call it, with my psychiatrist, with my key member of my mental health team. So we went the following day, and I almost got the sense, I don't want to say almost, I got the sense that my wife and brother-in-law were almost upset that I'm not delusional, I'm not crazy, I'm not whatever these words are that are being imagined out of thin air. And there were some things that we talked about, and one of those was boundaries. I like to think. I just like to think I know I've been a lot better with boundaries, going to bed a little bit or well, a lot earlier, uh, getting additional rest uh, and now we have uh, three books out. We have stickers, we have a lot of things that are tangible that you can touch and feel and see. Still not good enough. We have the absolute honor, two honors in recent episodes. One was to interview 1994 figure skating gold medalist Oksana Bayul from Ukraine. And then I hopped on a plane, and then the following day was able to interview Senator Ted Cruz from the great state of Texas. Talked about the Take It Down law. It was the Take It Down Act. Now it's the Take It Down law because President Trump signed it into federal law, and so did First Lady Melania Trump. And because Ted was such a voice for the individuals that were victimized by these deep fake nude photos that were taken from innocent pictures. We not only were able to interview Senator Ted Cruz, but we were able to present him with our one of our annual awards. And this one was the 2025 Voice of the Year award to Senator Ted Cruz from the great state of Texas. And again, those episodes are out there, 316, 317. You can find those. And and so I know we're doing good work. I know we're doing good things. I know we're helping people. Uh, and and to think that people supposedly love me, care for me, make it seem like I'm not, and Voices for Voices is not helping people. That hurts. That hurts right here. Hurts in the heart, in the mind, the soul, the body, every part of my being. So that happened. It's a big event. Again, I'm not trying to prove I'm some tough guy at all. I'm not. I'm not trying to say I'm perfect. I'm not. In fact, I say as much as I can in different shows that we're human, I'm human, we all sin. We're all sinners. And so for people to come at me like they know me, like think they know me, it was very disappointing. I was being asked why I was being defensive. Well, when people march into your own house and start accusing you of things that you know are not true, and others that you're willing to investigate more, then that to me was crossing the line. And so I'm a voice. You see on the shirt, Voices for Voices, you see to my right or left, depending on which way uh, which way it gets uh, the picture gets put up there. Sometimes it flips and mirrors. So sometimes it looks like it's on my right. Sometimes it looks like I'm on my left. It's like on my left. But I'm a voice. So are you. So are all of us. And since that intervention, our studio has gotten taken away from us. Um, my wife has filed for divorce for me. And these are actions taken by people who say they love me, say they support Voices for Voices. In fact, I was at in the church parking lot the day after this intervention took place. It's in the church parking lot. Was there for adoration. And who pulls in? Nobody other than my sister who was involved with the intervention, and comes up and she wants to give me a hug after telling me they're taking the TV studio away from me, after they wanted me to go get evaluated when I get evaluated every 4 weeks, sometimes five. And I didn't want any part of it, and still don't. And people are willing to go those depths. I'm not cut out for the 8 to 5, 9 to 5 office job. The intervention group claimed that, well, they're not, they want me to work in a factory, or they want me to do some other type of work, or uh, and I've applied and interviewed, and for the last several years, it just hasn't been working out. So what did I do? I started to put 100% of my energy and time and talent into Voices for Voices. And that's one of the big reasons why we are where we're at with over 300 episodes. Why we're just so honored to have a lot of the guests that we've had on, that I never would have thought in a million years that we would have an opportunity to talk to, sit down with, shake hands, but we have. And we think about, what is our calling? Whether we're religious or not, doesn't matter. Well, each one of us are called to do something. We're not animals. We don't just look for food, sleep, mate, and then do those same three things over and over in a cycle. I don't for 1 minute believe that us as humans are here just to do that. And so, yeah, for me, Voices for Voices, that's who I am. That's who we are. It's the work that I love. Anybody can say what they want about talking and being in front of a camera and all that. As far as I'm concerned, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Turn to a different channel, turn to a different show. We're here to help people. HELP. We're here to help people. And we are helping people. And if that makes you jealous because it's doing so in a way that you wish you would be able to do or you'd want to do, um, jealousy and envy, they run high. And so that's not on me, that's on you. If you're jealous, envious, but oh, by the way, we have 3 books under Voices for Voices Publishing that we're going to be at the Alpha Omega Christian Comic Convention. And one of those 3 books that we have available is a comic book. You need to look yourself in the mirror. I look myself in the mirror. And for 36, 37 years, I didn't like who I saw. But now I like who I see more in the past 7, 8 years than I did before. Now, a lot of you out there may be thinking, why is he talking about this? Why is he bringing this up? Well, number one, I'm transparent with our viewers, our listeners. I talk about real things, real topics. And some don't like that. Some don't like the fact that we talk about real topics. But I reiterate, I fully believe the reason I'm still on Earth is to help people. I have that goal of wanting to help 3 billion people. Heck, I want to help everybody, but I'm not God. So on that course, there's going to be hard topics and hard areas that are going to be talked about. Everything isn't roses and Uh, I don't even know the rest of that saying, but everything isn't like that. Sometimes we got to talk about some hard topics, and we share and we talk about them. Let others talk about them, share their stories, their life events, things that have happened to them are currently still happening to them. And so I bring it back to the beginning of the show. The name says it all, voices for voices. Sometimes I'm going to be a voice for myself. Sometimes I'm going to be a voice for another person or persons. Sometimes there's going to be guests that are going to use their voices. And that's what we're here for. We're here to help. We're here to share, to help somebody that may feel a little bit more comfortable going after a goal or a dream after watching or listening to one of our shows. You can't put a price tag on that. You just can't. And so we have continue to put blood, sweat, and tears into voices for voices. If you're jealous, envious, you go, oh, yeah, right. I'm not envious. I'm not jealous of you. Well, then what is it? We can't have a conversation. We can't talk about hard topics, hard issues, things that are really affecting not just Americans, but people throughout the entire world. Again, I'm not an animal. I don't I don't just eat and sleep and that. I do other things. And so do you. And I'm not getting into your business. I'm not telling anybody how to live their life. I'm sharing information. If that's helpful for you or somebody you know, great. If it's not, maybe the next episode will be. As I mentioned, we have over 300 episodes. And for those thinking that only one topic is covered on all over 300 episodes, you'd be mistaken. There's a lot of other topics we talk about. If you would just take a minute to scroll through. Have you looked at any of the episodes in the hundreds from like 1 to 100? Have you looked at any of those episodes? You watched, listened to any of those? What about in the 200s? So we're a voice. We're going to continue to be a voice, even though my heart is wounded and uh, it, it hurts to have heartache, to have people again that I trusted to go the route that they went. And from that visit, the day after the intervention, or whatever you want to call it, one had that visit with my mental health care team. Since then, I've done and am doing some of the very things that I was asked to do. And one of the big ones was the boundaries and work on getting to the bed earlier, to get to sleep earlier. And that's still not enough. It's still not enough. You might say, well, how do you know? Well, when your wife or husband files for divorce, I haven't raised a hand, not once, not once, to anybody in my family, let alone my very own wife and daughter. And that part hurts. And I haven't cheated on my wife. I So those are the things that hurt the most right now. And I'm sure they would hurt you if you've gone through a situation like me, or know somebody who has or is, where you have to be like on guard when you go to your own child's practice or game or whatever that they're doing. And then I'll leave you with this for this show. So through all this, I'm going to continue to share my voice. You've taken away the studio from me. You tried to take away my voice at the intervention. No, it's not working. And now you're trying to take my wife and daughter away from me. So I'm going to continue sharing my voice. I'm going to continue sharing topics, talking with guests about topics because we're voices for voices. That includes everybody. You may not like the topics. Again, change the channel. Change the channel. There's hundreds or thousands of other shows out there. And I'll leave with this. If nobody is watching or listening to our show, then the actions that have been taken, not just by members of my very own family, but with a group called Realm, Faith Fantasy Alliance, for just a little guy. Why we don't have anything? We don't have anything. So why are you spending so much time caring about what we're doing? Go on, do your thing, and we'll do our thing. And that goes for my family too. It's a hard thing to it's a hard thing to stomach, it's a hard thing to see, it's a hard thing to feel. But they made those decisions. They came into my house. They take the studio away. And some rhyme or reason try and take my daughter away from me and my wife. I mean, my wife's the one that's doing that. She's the one that filed it. So there's no innocence on that either. There's no, this is a mistake. No, pretty sure you did it on purpose. You knew what you were doing. And so that's what makes it hurt all the more is because we sat there with my mental health care team, and my wife goes into tears like, I don't know, he's not going to change and nothing's going to change. There's a lot that has changed, a lot that I have done. And to still get this notice of divorce filing, which, oh, by the way, the hearing date is the day before my birthday. So I'm sure that's just a mere coincidence. So you're not going to take my voice. You're not going to take it. While I do hurt, while I do have heartache and pain and suffering and question why, I'm not an animal. God has kept me on this earth for a reason. I believe it is to help, to share my voice, to hopefully maybe inspire somebody's to do or to continue or pick up something that they were working on and they put it down for one reason or another. I know you all think that I get paid and and we got all this corporate backing. We don't. So for those that actually can understand that, be like, man, this dude's putting everything on the line. He's not even getting paid to do this. Whether you get that or not, whether you understand that or not, it's not up for me. Not up for me to to decide that, but I don't. So just think about it. What would you do? How much sacrifice would you give to want to help people that you may never meet and not be paid to do it? It's been over 4 years too. I burned through a lot of money. So I'll be damned if anybody's going to come try to silence me. If I wasn't doing anything right, if I wasn't making a difference, if we weren't making a difference as an organization, then you wouldn't be watching and listening to see what I'm saying. You just wouldn't. I'm happy with the work that we have and we are and will be doing with Voices for Voices. I'm happy to be a voice. I'm happy to share a voice. I'm happy to interview and talk to voices because I want to leave this world a little bit better than when I came into it. I want to leave a legacy. I want to have a legacy of helping. And I think I'm doing that. I think I'm doing that. And I want to thank each and every one of you who's tuned into this episode, whether this is your first or you've been with us from the beginning. We can't thank you enough for the love, for the support. And we invite you to take a look at our over 300 plus episodes in our catalog. And if you can give us a big thumbs up, like, share, follow, subscribe. We're not doing challenges. We're not, you know, yelling into the microphone. Uh, like some of these videos and that. We're just being human beings. And that's what we're doing. And these are the events that have occurred over the last couple weeks. So that's why I've been a little bit of MIA, working through processing. Uh, it's all in God's hands. It's not in mine. If it was all in mine, I wouldn't be alive right now. Because when I took 32 cold and cough pills, uh, that was something that I did. I made that decision. I did it, and somehow miraculously, I made it. I'm alive, so I'm gonna be alive as long as God wants me to be alive. We're gonna use Voices for Voices for good, We're going to talk about hard topics. We're going to talk about lighthearted topics. We're going to talk to people like you and me. Sometimes we might talk to someone or someones that could be considered a celebrity. But just remember, we're here to help. So please be a voice for you or somebody in need. We'll see you on the next episode. Thank you for the love and support you've given us. Thank you. Good night.